I want to say good morning to you all, first and foremost. I want to definitely say that. I've been kind of sitting on this a couple of days, kind of thinking it through. And I noticed that somebody told me a while ago, it kind of played part in my heart. So it made me want to speak on these things in a certain kind of way, because I know sometimes my fiery approach, it could make people, miss what my heart really saying. But I just want to say, like, real quick, I don't know if y'all seen P. Diddy's Revolt video, but it's something that I want to play in it, and it speaks to everything that we're going to try to do going forward and my heart, because I've been trying to say it for so many months. Last year, I had a whole thing going on where we need to do this, we need to do that. And it's funny. The highest black minds, the ones with the most money, the people we look up to the most, they done came back to the ground. It's so disrespectful how the black intellectuals trying to disrespect Ice Cube for trying his best. Like, you go to school to Harvard, and you go to all these schools. You go to all these schools to prove one thing, that it's classism with them black people. Classism. The intellectuals most definitely should have went to Ice Cube as a collective and then rewrote the damn contract. But y'all go public and try to diss the brother because he come from where he come from. That's shameful. Like, us as a people, we already know our problem. Don't nobody even have to don't nobody even have to tell us our problems. We know them. But what is it? What is it, right? That's what Diddy say. And I think he said it the best, because I've been feeling this way for the longest, right? Check it out.
I have the money to start this political party. I'm not gonna make no apologies for how much cake I get. That has empowered me. But I know once I get it, I'm going to fund the revolution. I'm a black nationalist.
Hear me?
I'm unapologetically black. I have to take care of the tribe first.
Hear me?
I cannot sit here and watch. This is my blood family.
Hear me?
How you think I'm gonna be? I can't worry about nothing else. I love everybody.
Hear me?
But right now, I gotta make moves, and I gotta use my power for the advancement of black people.
Hear me?
Because we last.
Have you ever even thought about voting Republican for financial gain because of the tax bracket you're in?
No, that money's not all right. All I gotta do is get to action. I don't care if you understand it, you don't understand it. I'm a warrior. I've been in head to head with these folks in corporate America. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they ask the question, is there systemic racism? And nobody answers the question. I'm like, yo, no, hold on. This systemic racism, they trying to keep their foot on the neck up to my level, up to Jay-Z's level, up to LeBron's level. It's an illusion of inclusion.
Now, that's why I want to pause it at real quick. As a young black male in America, or just as a young black man, period, in the world, you got a few goals, You want to take care of your family. You want to look out for your family. And you want to have at least a life worth living, at the minimum, right? But the ones like in entertainment, the ones who play sports, your top is to get to where Jay at. Your top is to get to where Diddy at. Or if you're a sports player, your top is to get to LeBron status. But you hear it coming out the horse's mouth, that from the bottom to the top, you are nothing but what your skin say you are. So it don't take God to reveal to us what's already been revealed. The revelation is that we need love between us all. As corny as that fucking sound, it's the realest, simplest truth that can be spoken. We warriors, we already know that. We goons, we already know that. We the best sports players, we already know that. We're the smartest. They ride our backs to the richest in America. One simple ass truth. The intellectuals proved it. Then anytime a nigga take a step forward, the only thing that's going to pull him back, the only thing on earth that's possible from stopping that movement is his own brother, is his own sister. Hip-hop changed the world. And I guarantee you, hip-hop gonna change the world. I ain't never been a fan of Diddy's business in hip-hop. Factual, never. But as a man, as a frontline nigga like that dude, I'm gonna tell you about that look in them eyes. That's a front line, man. That's a millionaire that's willing to put his life on the line for his people. You know how I know that?
By just a couple of us. So I could sit back here in the crib, but I'm not with it. I'm from that same block. I'm a frontliner. I'm with the smoke at any time, no matter where my address is at.
Hear me?
We're in a war. This shit is not a fucking game. Everybody needs to wake up. I'm ringing the alarm. I'm having to start right now to organize and to come together, and so we could build our political army unapologetically for the things that matter to us.
Do you believe there's a way to vote and support like your personal interests and the interests of your people as a whole?
Yeah. See, when you with our Black Party, we love free thinking, free minded people and individuals. That's all we want in life, is to be able to be free and to be able to think as free as we want. But you have a responsibility to your people to ride on what they riding with for the betterment of the good of the whole overall tribe. We are a people that have been abused the most. And we got to start biting their legs off. You know, when they put their foot on there, we got to start biting that shit off. When they shooting us in the back, we got to start defending ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing going to stop unless you stop it. It's black insanity. We have to get off of this. We have to wake up and see what's going on. The world is watching.
It's such an easy conversation to have in regards to blackness. Whether it's the way coronavirus impacted our communities, whether it's police brutality, all those underlying conditions that the black community was already.
That's what I meant about your consciousness right now during this year, right? How in the hell, respectfully, to all my young brothers and sisters, to all my older brothers and sisters, look at your own timeline. You ask yourself, don't nobody have to judge you. In this year of literal hell on earth, it'll be written as one of humans' worst years on earth. Because we live in it don't mean it ain't history. But the culmination of all of these disasters on one people at one time, it's never been recorded of a people to sat by and not adjust to save themselves. If you beat a fucking dog in a corner long enough, that dog gonna try to save his life. How we become the people that don't try to save ourselves.
We're facing coronavirus exposed. So it's an easy conversation to have, and they still not willing to have it.
Everybody should have the same opportunity. I mean, anything else is ungodly.
We did shift the conversation for a minute, though. Yeah. When you said to hold your vote, it did shift the conversation. So do you think that threat to hold your vote was more detrimental than beneficial? Because it sounded like you saying.
I think the hold your vote is the only leverage that we've imposed. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, we just fell in line. I mean, hold your vote was, you know, it's the tone. It's the tone that we should have had, but we didn't have it, and now we in a trick bag. So we gotta, number one, Trump gotta go.
And then what?
We starting to take responsibility and we starting to invest in our futures politically. A lot of us as celebrities, we have great platforms, and we have to lend those platforms that we have to the right social and political leaders, and we have to do it together. We need to wake up. We don't have a seat at the table. We don't need to wait. because there's local elections going on. There's people that are planning right now for the future. We're using this as a springboard to not just give our vote away. We're going to do what we have to do because it's between good and evil, but at the same time, we have to look out for ourselves.
So how can politicians earn the black vote? I think a lot of times we put so much pressure on black voters to show up for politicians, but we don't put enough pressure on politicians to show up for us. So how can they earn our vote?
Neither candidate has earned our vote or has even tried. They haven't even gone to our communities. And when I say our communities I'm from where the roaches and the rats are.
Now I'm going to tell you something. This might sound a little bit whatever, but I love the fact that Diddy being humble enough to say where he was wrong, because that's a sign of a real man. You know where you're wrong. You take an idea. If it don't work, you evolve it. You present something new. You try to work it. And if it's for the right reason, I'm with you 100%. Because that dude right there, he my brother, and I ain't never met him. And in this time in life, and this time particularly in life, all them dudes look like that my brother, man. They got to be. They got to be. They have to be at this point, y'all. They have to be. If you want to be suicidal or homicidal or genocidal to, with, and because you're one kind of person, one people, this color, you gotta wonder where that chip come from in your computer. Who put that chip in your computer and why you can't remove it? Why you can't remove the fact you hate somebody look just like you so much that you won't even make peace with them to save your whole family? You won't stop shooting. You won't stop shooting. You won't stop killing. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to save the millions. I'll tell y'all this, because I ain't been wrong yet. God bless the child that have a mind of their own. If we don't see a real big change, an immediate evolution of our abilities to be at one, I didn't adjust it what I felt about what will happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen, because the storm is brewing. The civil war amongst black people themselves, that's what's going to happen first. Because you got a split between the community, whereas there's the wants and then there's the want-nots. And once that come to bear, then we'll be able to get on one page. Everybody been saying, it's the impossible question. How can we get everybody together? Everybody ain't going to get on the same page. Let me give you the good word from the heavens. That's not going to happen. We will not miraculously get on one page. There will be a civil demonstration amongst our own people for the ones who want future and the ones who don't want future. The ones who do want future, those will be the ones that lead the revolution for the forwardness of black people. That's a fact. You know, and I tell everybody, you got a chance in your own life to do your own part. All you got to do is do more for yourself to be better and love yourself more. Then you can love somebody else a little bit more. Shit's real hard. Take it from somebody who practiced this shit and it's very fucking hard. But I'm a sacrificial lamb. I ain't got money like Diddy, but I got the heart like it. You know why? Because I'm a front liner. Always been one.
I live here now, and that's because, you know, this is God's will, and I worked for it. But I still smell the pissy hallways. I still feel the roaches. I still taste the cheese sandwiches. And so there's other people that are going through that and that are suffering. That's not in the illusion of everything going on the ground. We have a whole community of people a mass of people that's living in poverty. And not everybody's black. It's all people that right now, you know, they need us to step up and to stand up and to do something to change the trajectory. So if we have power, we gotta ride hard for the people that don't have the power.
I feel like you're approaching this the way you would approach corporate America.
I'm really approaching it like a war. Like for me, the only way to really be honest about it is I have to declare war.
But isn't that what you did to corporate America, so to speak?
Yeah, but anything that's, you know,
detrimental,
that is about oppressing us and keeping us down. Nah, I want to break his neck. I want to run it out of town forever. So I'm not like, nah. This is what we doing. We gonna do it legally. All right. We're going to do it legally. We're going to play your game, but we're going to play that game better. Because these older cats that's running for office, these white-haired older cats, they about to be dead. That's these kids out here, they want to live. They want to fucking thrive. They can't thrive if it keeps on going in this direction.
Right on.
And, you know, this election is an example. This is a tipping point because they haven't talked about the youth and they haven't talked about black people. I haven't even heard them talk about Latinos. They're not even talking about us. They're in a reality fucking freak show playing the game and people are losing their lives. And so that's why this time is so important. And this time for us to mobilize and to not be scared and to do something. Why have we never had our own black political party? Fuck that. We're doing it now. I don't care if it's just 1,000 of us.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
It should be millions. It should be every person that's a part of the community. You know, if you could sign up for Instagram, you could sign up for our black party.
Say it the fuck
again.
Sounded
like you think we're on the verge of a civil war.
What I say, y'all.
If Trump
what I say.
Elected, I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. And that's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. You know, this man is really trying to turn us against each other and put us in a situation. And you got to understand, America messed up. They flooded the hood with guns. So I don't know this notion of we don't have guns.
They plotted to kidnap the governor of Michigan. White supremacists. So that what you're saying is true. Yes, it's going to be violence. There's going to be problems, and he's stirring it up.
Yeah, and so I feel the way we can stop us from getting to that point of violence is all unifying together and voting him out. This whole thing is set up even at my level. You know what I'm saying? Even at the level of hip hop. You know, things are set up to try to stop us from growing and being as great as we want to be. So the same thing with Revolt. I had to go and really go to war with all of the distributors. And people have fell in line, but it's not easy. It's not easy for me, for Jay, for Oprah. They still treat us like niggas. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. Whatever we are right now, we could probably be 10 times bigger. So we starting right now with our political power, and then we're going to owning our economics. And war will be waged on corporate America that takes advantage of our dollars and thinks we're not going to fight back.
You think we spend too much time glorifying like rap and entertainment and athletics, and we weren't encouraging our kids to be elected officials, you know, be politicians, be...
Now you about to hear this from the horse's mouth. It's the most important thing I wanted to hear today. Because to me, it's amazing. And I'm in entertainment. But I also, like in about a half hour, I'm about to put on my work boots and I'm about to go to work. It's the only way I can live. Music is an expression. The ones that make the most money off of it, it ain't us. But why these kids ain't being encouraged to be doctors? They ain't encouraged to be politicians. They ain't encouraged to be nothing. But when they wake up, because they done seen all the glitz and glamour, they all want one thing: to be abused by the music industry. So much so they start off by abusing themselves. Just to prove to the music industry, I'm one of y'all. I can be just like this. I'm one of y'all. I can be so crazy. I'm one of y'all. Look at Diddy. He didn't reach the top of the top. He built the fucking hip-hop shit. Listen to what he say.
Be police officers, whatever it was. You think we spent too much time focusing on people on the wrong things?
Not at all. I think the people that have made it, it's important now that we don't become an illusion of inclusion. Okay. The people that made it are definitely points of inspiration globally. You know, because this is a global problem. You see what's going on in Nigeria. You see what's going on around the world. This is a global problem, the whole global diaspora. Us making it and hip-hop being at the forefront and sports being at the forefront, that was a part of the evolution. In entertainment, now we have to break down the doors into other fields. You know, it has to go from inside out. So everybody we hire and people we do business with, we got to make sure that they really have African-American diversity. So we got to weaponize our vote, and we got to weaponize our economy. Right now, we're talking about the solution for the vote, for voting, and for politics. You're going to have to fight a war for us to own our economics, and we're going to have to fight a war for us to own our politics.
Biden's decision to pick Kamala Harris as his running mate, that didn't convince you that he was for the black community in any capacity?
It was a historic, beautiful day. You know, and just having 3 girls and having them be able to witness that is great. It pushed me, it moved me. You know, black women have, you know, got us to this point. To see him recognize that, I started feeling a little bit better. I think we all did start to feel a little bit better. And it's helpful that we will have her in there because we need to keep her and him accountable. And at least we have, somebody that we could dialogue with. Somebody that we could relate to in office. But his cabinet is going to have to reflect that. And that's why, our Black Party is going to keep that pressure on. He has 4 years of pressure as we mobilize and we build this thing. We're going to be in their face, in the administration's face, talking about our agenda.
I refuse to believe that nobody from that camp reached out to you.
The regular, just the regular ways of, wanting to get celebrities to support it. It's not just about this election. I'm trying to come up with a solution for future elections.
So when you said hold your vote, they reached out and they was like, well, how can we get you on board? How can we get you on?
I didn't have conversations. I don't really like, really getting on the phone and talking to politicians. I didn't meet and really talk to Obama until, after he was out of office. So with politics, I try to stay away from that. It's like Trump's camp tried to reach out. But my thing wasn't, how can I get one of them in office? My thing is, how can I end this black insanity of us continuing to be a part of a team that doesn't love us? How can we create our own team?
Let me ask you a question. Will voting prevent bloodshed? Meaning like, okay, we get Trump out. Will that prevent bloodshed?
The only thing that will prevent bloodshed is if they stop killing us.
And I'm going to leave it on that note. I'm just glad to hear and see. Everybody call me radical. I have whatever kinds of ideas. It's so goddamn funny now. The same shit your brother was speaking all year. One of the richest motherfuckers in the world putting it all on the line, folks. Shout out to Diddy. And like I say to everybody, God bless y'all. And look, if it's coming from me, people that know me, if it's coming from me, just consider this. Right now, we got 2 choices. Help each other or hurt each other. I'm on the helping side right now, B. I ain't got no beefs with nobody and I love everybody. Let's try to grow that shit. Let's just try to grow it. Because at some point, y'all got to recognize, even if it's not on a hurtful level, it's us against them. And I don't mean like in a hurtful level, it's us hurting them. I mean, literally, we got to feed ourselves because they ain't doing it. We got to protect ourselves because they ain't doing it. We got to love us more because they ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Peace out, man. Y'all love today. Be peaceful today. Try your best to consider something good.